You cannot completely discuss the history of Africa without mentioning the Tuaregs, especially when you start talking about the history of or developments that happen within the West African and the North African regions. Mainly when you especially try to discuss the activities around the trans-Saharan trade region or areas. The Tuaregs were very fundamental and very influential in the politics, economic activities, and social activities of the region. While some persons or some writers have referred to the Tuaregs as parts of relatives of the Berbers, some actually call them Berbers. Although some other writers tend to avoid discussing the Tuaregs' relationship with the Berbers. But there's one unique thing about the Tuaregs. No, although they are very influential and very practical in the developments of this area, they cannot be said to have established any strong political unit. Maybe strong political unit that grew to the level of an empire. No, they did not. But they made some impacts, very important impacts. You cannot completely discuss the trans-Saharan trade without mentioning the Tuaregs to a certain level. Well, the Tuaregs made very significant impact in the politics of the region. And the Tuaregs can be found in a good part of Algeria, the southwestern part of Libya, parts of Mali, parts of Burkina Faso, and parts of Niger Republic, and a small number of them can be found in the northern part of the present-day Nigeria. The Tuaregs were mainly nomadic. That played a role towards their existence in many parts of the countries in West Africa and some parts of countries in North Africa. And they resided in the desert area. Their influence in the desert area was very significant. Now, according to Nehemiah Levison, he stated that the Tuaregs were responsible for the foundation or the establishment of the renowned town of Timbuktu and some other towns within that region. The Tuaregs established Timbuktu and some other towns within that region, but with the influence of Mali Empire around the 12th century to about the 16th century, the Tuaregs basically lost Timbuktu to Mali Empire. This takeover of Timbuktu was as a result of Mali Empire's expansion activities or expansionist activities of the leaders of or rulers of Mali Empire. With these expansionist activities, the Tuaregs lost control. But towards the 16th century, when Mali Empire's influence started diminishing, the Tuaregs started raiding Timbuktu. They sustained the raid on Timbuktu to a point where when they chased away the agents of Mali Empire from Timbuktu and took over the town again. But because of their nomadic nature, the group of Tuaregs that took over Timbuktu did not actually make move to settle or to start living settled life in Timbuktu. Rather, they appointed a Sahanja Berber as the ruler of Timbuktu by the name Mohammed and Abba. Mohammed and Ada was made the governor of Timbuktu by the Tuaregs. Now he started working for the Tuaregs. He did so by collecting tributes on behalf of the Tuaregs. Of the tributes he collected, he remitted 2/3 of it to the Tuaregs and kept 1/3. Well, within a very short time, with the increasing influence of Songhai Empire, the Tuaregs again lost control of Timbuktu. The bottom line of the whole thing was that the Tuaregs didn't actually make much move to create settled lifestyle, and their nomadic nature also was very rewarding to them, in the sense that they were highly very instrumental in the successful activities and actions of the trans-Saharan trade. The trans-Saharan trade success was highly very important, and the Tuaregs played very important role. Mainly some of the routes that passed through the present-day Mali and Niger Republic up to the area known today as North Africa. The Tuaregs played roles as guides through the Sahara Desert because they had a mastery, or they mastered the routes of Sahara Desert. They mastered the transitional point and the navigational point of Sahara Desert. They were able to carry out activities as guides. Merchants coming from North Africa towards West Africa employed the help of the Tuaregs as guides. The same thing about merchants coming from West Africa towards North Africa made use of the help of the Tuaregs. And this was very, very, very rewarding to them. Apart from their pastoral life, or their pastoral life, they were also involved in guides, or the duties of tour guides or transitional guides during this trans-Saharan trade route period. Well, the influence or their duties as tour guides also had negative impact in another way, because some of them developed banditry activities, or some of them went into banditry activities and extortions. This brought some level of negative approach to some of their activities. Well, there were also some of them that were involved, or they were employed as mercenaries to fight some of these bandits, and also to fight for some of the kingdoms or empires within that region, or as well showing allegiance to some individuals that were very adventurous in the region. Well, surely you cannot discuss the history of Africa without mentioning or discussing the involvement of the Tuaregs. If you're watching us for the very first time, please subscribe to our channel. Click on the notification icon so that anytime we drop a new content, you'll be one of the earliest persons to be notified. Thanks for being part of our presentation.